to the World Storytelling Cafe and our favourite day of the week. It is young tellers from across the world, and we have with us today, we have starting the program because at 6 o'clock in the morning Indian time, which is probably about 3 hours time, Jasnama is getting up and doing sports before doing exams in the afternoon. How busy can a young lady get? Right, so without further ado, and I'm going to shut up. Nah, no, and I'm going to pass out. Can we have a big round of applause? Applause? What's that? Applause to for Jasnama in Punjab. Hooray! The stage is yours, Jasnama.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Jasnama, and today I'm going to tell you a story named The Forest of Stones. And this story is from Grandpa Tales. So the story begins hundreds and thousands of years ago. There was a forest full of stones. The stones were in different sizes and shapes. Surprisingly, the stones resembled with various animals and birds, but there was no live animal in that single forest. One day, a small fox wandered into that forest. He had lost his way and come a long distance away from his house. Oh, cried the deer, how will I get back to my home? There was no one around to come for his rescue. Getting tired, the deer sat down under a tree. A little distance away from there was a witch collecting wild flowers and thorns. He, she said, I will make a magical potion with these flowers and thorns, giggled the witch. When the fox saw the witch, he was frightened. He at once jumped up and hid behind a tree. The witch heard the rustling sound of the leaves. I can smell an animal in this forest full of rocks. I can't bear this. And sniffing curiously, she found that deer sitting quietly, holding his breath. But the witch was very cunning. She found that fox and ran towards the fox. The fox tried to run away, but soon he understood that all its efforts were in vain, since the witch was following him, and witch was very clever. She whirled her long hands in the air, caught that little fox. No, please give me, said the fox. Ha ha ha, laughed the witch. I can't let you go. You are my latest catch. Now I will convert you to a statue like all the other animals. Oh, so this is the reason why no animals live in this forest, said the fox in his mind. And then he gathered some courage and asked, what will you get by turning me into a rock, O witch? And the witch said, he, that will increase my power of magic, said the witch. You are my 100th catch. And after that, just one more to go and I will be immortal. And then, hearing this, the fox was terrified. He thought a plan and thought, if I take this witch to my house, I will do something. So he flattered the witch. Oh dear witch, you're so great. You have so many powers. Will you come to my house? Here my mother will see you, and that will be your 101 catch, and you will be most powerful. If you can come to my home with me, I think this is not a bad idea, in fact, said the witch. She agreed to go to the deer's home, and they started reaching home. The deer called out to his mother, Mother, see, here comes the greatest witch in the world. I feel glad to be caught by her. She is so kind. She has come to our home to convert us into rocks, said this fox to his mother. Hearing this, the mother thought, something's going on. I must keep an eye on my baby. And then we feel honored, said the mother fox. Oh, great witch! And then the witch giggled with joy. So easily I found out my final catch. Now I will be most powerful witch. While all this was happening, this smart fox escaped and picked up a mirror. And he hid the mirror behind him. He came out, stood before the witch. We are ready, O witch, said the fox. Now you can convert us to rock. And then the witch said, okay, and zap! The fluorescent light flashed from the witch's magical wand. Just then, the clever deer put the mirror in front, and the light reflected on the mirror and to the witch again. She screamed, "Ee!" and her words died in her mouth. She turned to be a stone, and all the animals living in that forest were turned into animals and birds again. So this is how small fox rescued his friends and all the animals. Thank you.
Wonderful, Jasnami. And now I'm going to be in big trouble if I don't send you straight to bed, because it's the middle of the night in India, and you have a very busy day tomorrow. So we won't think you're rude if you disappear, but you've got sports at 6 o'clock in the morning Indian time, and that's
Yes.
Anyway, so we're going straight over. We'll go around Gaza first, because as we know, the internet gets unstable the later we go in Gaza. So, and I can see some. I know Ruba's a teacher, Renan's a teacher. Zaina, are you a teacher or a pupil? I haven't got David here to help me with this.
Yeah. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm very good. So
Zena is my student. She's in my school, and now she's going to tell you a story for today.
Right. So we'll go Malak Abouda, and excuse my pronunciation. I'm not as good as David. And then we'll go Malak Suha, and then Zainab, and then Erica, and then Divija, and then we'll go to Nigeria. And there's no need to remember that, but for the moment, can we put our hands together and welcome Malak in Gaza? Where have you gone?
Hello everyone.
Have I lost you?
And today I'm going to tell you a story about a glass of milk, and I hope you like it. One day, the poor boy who was selling goods between homes to pay for his studies found that he only had a dime that was not enough to satisfy his hunger. So he decided to ask for something from the first house he passed by. But he didn't control himself when he saw a young and a beautiful girl open for him the door. Instead of asking for a meal, he asked for a glass of water. But when the girl felt that he was hungry, the girl brought him a glass of milk, and he drank it. Thank you. How much do I owe you? She replied, You don't owe me anything. Our mother taught us not to accept a price for doing good. His faith in God has increased after he was desperate. Years later, that young woman was seriously ill, which confused the local doctors. So they sent her to the city hospital, where specialist doctors were called to examine her rare disease. Among these doctors, there was Dr. Kelly. At once, across the building to the bottom to her room, while he was wearing the medical uniform to see that patient. And as soon as he saw her, after a long struggle, the task was completed perfectly, and the girl got better. Dr. Cayley requested the bill to his office to be approved. So he looked at it and wrote something in it and sent it to the patient's room. The girl was scared to open the pill. The girl was the girl. I'm sorry. Because she no and sent it to the patient's room. She was afraid to open. She was afraid to open the bell because she knew that she will spend the rest of her life paying for the bell. Lastly, at last, she opened the bell. She looked at the bell, and something in the bell caught her attention. And she read these words: "Paid entirely by 1 glass of milk. Signature, Dr. Howard." You know, dear readers, after for searching for a beautiful story that have a deep meaning, I found this, which was amazing, and I have learned many lessons from this story. Like, sow the beauty even if there's no time. The beauty will not be lost wherever you plant. And don't wait for a favor, just do it and go. The end.
Oh, that was amazing, Mark. Beautiful, a beautiful story.
Sorry, because I was a
It's a
little
shame.
bit
It's a shame Hala isn't here tonight because I know Hala wants to be a doctor. And so there's, oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going straight on. And Malak Zuhair, have you got a story for us? I'm assuming you're a pupil, not a teacher. Malak? Maybe not. Well, let's.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I have a story.
Fantastic. Please tell your story.
Yes, let's start. Wait for a second. I will tell you a story about the dog and the wolf. A gaunt wolf was almost dead with hunger when he happened to meet a house dog who was passing by. "Ah, cousin," said the dog, "I knew how it would be. Your irregular life will soon be that grown of you. Why do you do you not work steadily as I do, and get your food regularly given to you?" "I would have no objection," said the wolf, "if I could only get a place. I will easily arrange that for you," said the dog. "Come with me to my master, and you shall share my work." So the wolf and the dog went towards the town together. On the way, the wolf noticed that the hair on a certain part of the dog's neck was very worn away. So he asked him how that had come about. "Oh, it's nothing," said the dog. "That is only the place where the collar is put on at night to keep my chin up. It shaves a bit, but one soon get used to." Is that all?" said the wolf. Then good-bye to you, Master Dog. Better starve free than be a fat slave." The end. You are
One,
mute.
yeah, I realize this. I should, you should all have placards that go, John, you're on mute. But so that was fantastic. Thank you, Malak. And please come keep business. You always bring lovely stories. Thank you. So we stay in Gaza for Zaina. Zaina, have you got a story for us? Zaina, please unmute. Your teacher said you had a story for us.
Yeah, she has a story on. I think she is ready.
Okay, Zaina, it's your turn. Please start. Maybe there's some internet problems. Maybe the internet is very weak. Zaina, are you able to start? Zaina
I
said,
tried to contact to her. Just right a minute, John.
yeah, she says her microphone doesn't work. So what we'll do is we'll go to Erica next, and then we'll go back to Zaina, and then we'll go to Davija.
Okay.
So we'll give Zaina a chance to get a microphone working. So Erica, have you got a story for us?
Yes,
Please start.
I am Erika and I'm 9 years old and I live in India's capital. And my story name is Puss in Boots. Once upon a time, there lived a miller with his 3 sons. After the miller died, the 2 greedy sons took everything and left a fat purse for the youngest son. The youngest son was very sad and said, I have nothing but this cat. How I can feed this cat if I have no job or money? The youngest son was hopeless, but then the purse started talking like a human. Your Majesty, I want a bag full of carrots, a hat, and boots. And the youngest son gave all the required things to the purse. The purse went in the field and thought that I will catch 2 rabbits. Let me open this bag full of carrots and then do act and act as I am asleep. When the rabbits came and started eating the carrots, the purse closed the bag and took the rabbits to the king. In the castle, the purse said to the king that Your Majesty, I got these rabbits for you, and it's from the king of Maquins of Carabins. You should accept this invitation and these wonderful gifts. The king was pleased and accepted the invitation and the gifts. Then when the purse was going home, he saw that there were 2 farmers in the field. He told them that if anybody asks you that who belongs to this field, so you have to say that the king of Magus and Carabins. And if you don't obey me, I will kill you all from a croak. The scared farmers agreed. When he went to his house, he said to his master that, your master, your majesty, you should go in the river and take a bath. When the youngest son started taking bath, the purse hid his clothes, and the king was passing by inside his carriage. And then the purse came faster to the king and told him that, King, my king, my master's clothes are hid by the robbers. You have to help him. Go and help him, please. Then the king gave new clothes to the youngest son, and the youngest son went inside the carriage. And when the king asked the two farmers that who belongs to this field, the farmer said that the king of Calabas. The king was pleased to hear this. Then the person went to the Ore and told him that you can turn into anything, even a little mouse. So the Ore said, yes, I can turn into everything. Pig, rat, dog, cat, straw. Then the person said, turn into a mouse. And when he was turning into a mouse, the purse grabbed him. And then he went to the king's castle, and then the king married the youngest, and everybody lived all happily. Thank you. The end.
Thank you, Erica. And I think Zaina has got the microphone working. So Zaina, can you tell a story?
Yes, I will tell the story.
Please continue.
Okay, I will start. My story is about, my story's name, the giraffe is the queen of the forest. On a sunny spring morning, in the midst of an atmosphere of seems beauty, the giraffe woke up with the birds singing and with the trickling water from the top of the mountain overlooking the forest, and with the tickling of the dense leaves of the trees that filled the lush forest, and started talking to herself about the dream that she had in her sleep. I'm beautiful, tall, and elegant. My skin is mottled and beautiful, and my neck are long. Feet of the leaves from the tops of trees are more beautiful than the lion. So why can't I be the queen of the forest? The giraffe says to herself. And afternoon, giraffes went walking, and while she was walking, she saw the zebra, stopped him and said to him, why is the lion the king of the forest? Who made him a king? I don't accept him, and I will not consider him a king after today. The zebra was surprised and said, of course, you're right. Why can't you be the queen of the forest? And she believed, and after she was went, the zebra mocked her. And then the giraffe continued walking and saw the elephant and said to him as she said to the zebra. So he answered here, you all right, you really the reproductive role of the queen. The giraffe believes too, and went so happy, and after she was went, the elephant mocked her too. And the next day, the giraffe sat in a throne that she made herself, and sent invitations to animals to come to her council, but they didn't came. The giraffe was so sad and said to her assistant, spin a coin. Why doesn't anyone come to my council? Spin a coin says, your request is illegal, that animals are mocking you. So you should go back to the herd and live your normal life because the lion lives his normal lives and no one meet him and his title as the king of the forest. He didn't ridiculed by him, but by animals because he's the strongest. Just the giraffe says, so this is the thing, and was so sad, and go to sit alone. And while she was sit alone, the wise deer saw her and asked her how she was. So giraffe told the wise deer, the giraffe told the wise deer her story, and the wise deer says, "Oh, dear, it isn't about beautiful or tall. It is about the strongest, because the strongest will protect the jungle, and this is the best. And don't forget that everyone has his role, and he didn't, and he shouldn't." And he shouldn't um, and he shouldn't infringe the other's roles. The giraffe thanked his deer and returned to herself, moving with the giraffe's herd and eating leaves from the tops of trees, and knowing that everyone has his role. And you should know that the right person must be in the right place, and everyone has his role. He should play it to the fullest.
Thank you. And Ruby, you must be really proud of your pupil. That's
I'm really proud of her. Really, she's one of my brilliant students, Zena. Big clap to you, Zena. Thank you so much.
thank you. And Zaina, it is really difficult to have technical difficulties and then fight those technical difficulties and then come on and still tell the story. Well done, and well
You know, John, she's before a couple of days only. She gave me the story and she told me she's gonna to tell it for today. But I told her it is somehow long and maybe you can't keep it at all. But she insists on saying it and telling it today on this Tuesday. Because of that, she really needs a big clap for her. Thank you.
I think, yes, a huge round of applause and a huge round of. And Zaina, please come and visit us again. Please, any Tuesday. You know, you can either watch or you can tell that we need you back because you're.
Okay, sure, I will come. I had lots of stories to tell you.
Well, we look forward to hearing them. Right, who is next? Dibija. We go back to India. There's now. Before we do that, because I usually rely on David to tell me this. Is that everyone from Gaza? Because I'd like to get you on earlier because of the internet problem. So there's no one left from Gaza that hasn't told. Marvelous. But so we've been going in and out of India. We've been going India, Gaza, India, Gaza, India, Gaza. So back to India. Princess Dibija, have you got something for us?
Yes, I've got something. I set my puppets. Okay, so let's start with this story. Hello everyone, Hello everyone, I'm Divya and today I'm here with a storytelling session again. I live in India and my hobbies are to write stories and do hula hoop and I love dancing too. So let's move to the story. Once upon a time, there lived a person who was named as Nancy. And Nancy was always afraid that someday all will happen. His cat will run away. He had a cat. The cat was always jealous of the butterflies because butterflies can fly up in the sky. And then he cat decides that one day he will catch the butterfly and take the butterfly's wings and apply it on his back and then he can fly. Then he went to his owner Nancy and said that, what can I do? I also need to fly. So when I will fly, asked the cat and in a slow voice said, and the Nancy said, okay, what you need to do is you catch the butterfly. Okay, now I want to sleep, so please let me go. Then what did Nancy do? She put up in the cat in his hand and then asked the cat to go outside of the house and bring him. And then cat, what did the cat do? The cat went towards the butterfly. The butterfly was singing and dancing as in the search of flowers. Choose. The butterfly went, and then what did the cat do? Strapped on the butterfly and then took out the wings of the butterfly and then right on his back, right there. And then the cat tried to just jump from the terrace to down, and then it happened, smashed on the ground and died. Okay, how was the foolishness, Nancy? Thank you. You're muted.
Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second to unmute. I'm an old man. Divya, that was wonderful, and I know Baba C loves the Nancy stories, and that's that. So you gave him a little present today, and I love the way your voices. You just put all those voices in. Brilliant. Now we are going down. We're going down south. We're going to Nigeria next, and so we've done what? We've done all over India, well, at least 3 parts of India. We've been Palestine, Gaza, and we're now going down south to Nigeria with Rahana and Radia. So, are the sisters ready?
Yes,
So you're going first, are you?
yes, I am.
Big round of applause. There we go. And the floor is yours.
So the title of the story I'm telling today is Sweatpants, and it begins like this. Come with me to a 3rd grade classroom. There is a 9-year-old kid sitting at his desk, and all of a sudden, there's a puddle between his feet and the front of his pants are wet. He thinks his heart is going to stop because he cannot possibly imagine how this has happened. It's never happened before. And he knows that when the boys find out, he will never hear the end of it. When the girls find out, they'll never speak to him as long as he lives. The boy believes his heart is going to stop. He puts his head down and prays this prayer. Dear God, this is an emergency. I need help now. 5 minutes from now, I'm dead meat. He looks up from his prayer, and here comes the teacher with a look in her eyes that says he has been discovered. As the teacher is walking towards him, a classmate named Susie is carrying a goldfish bowl that is filled with water. Susie trips in front of the teacher and inexplicably dumps the bowl of water in the boy's lap. The boy pretends to be angry, but all the while is saying to himself, thank you, Lord. Now, all of a sudden, instead of being the object of ridicule, the boy is the object of sympathy. The teacher rushes him downstairs and gives him gym shorts to put on while his pants dry out. The other children are on their hands and knees cleaning up around his desk. The sympathy is wonderful. But as life would have it, the ridicule that should have been his has been transferred to someone else, Susie. She tries to help, but they tell her to get out. You've done enough, Susie. Finally, at the end of the day, as they are waiting for the bus, the boy walks over to Susie and whispers, you did that on purpose, didn't you? Susie whispers back, I wet my pants once too. The end. This is a story of sympathy and being nice to others, trying to put yourself in other people's shoes.
That is wonderful. And where did you get that story from?
I got it off the internet. I don't know which site exactly.
The internet is a great book. It's full of, it's huge. That's wonderful. Has your sister got a story? I love that story. And has your sister got a story for us this week?
Yes.
Make room. I know you. You know, it's a very narrow bit of film of yours because you're on them. So you'll have to make room for your sister. Allow her on the screen. Hello. Please tell your story.
Hello. The name of my story is Queen Yak Saves the Golden Stool. Meet Queen Yak, the queen of Ashtangi Kingdom, a rich place full of gold, chocolates, and beautiful things, paintings, statues, and shiny rings. Nana and Amina were Yak's two best friends. Together they loved to have a great adventures. They danced all day, swam in the deep lakes, and talked with their friends, the birds and the snakes. Even as a queen, though Queen Yaa loved to play, she also had responsibilities and chores to do every day, one of which was the most important responsibility of all, and that was to look after the precious golden stool. The golden stool was like nothing you've ever seen. It prized the position of the kingdom and queen. People traveled to see the golden stool from far and wide. Its engravings told history and its tribes. Queen Yaa and her friends took a walk through the woods. They sang with the birds, climbed on the golden tree, and relaxed on the stars in the canopy. Down below, the girls heard some chatter and peeked through the leaves to check what was the matter. A group of outsiders were walking through the woods. They were planning and plotting. They were up to no good. The girls stayed very quiet and hid out of sight. Tonight is tonight. They heard someone say, we will steal the golden spoon. We will be rich and our kingdom will rule. Quickly, the girls climbed down from the tree and ran back home to tell the others what they had seen. But when they explained what had happened in the woods, the people didn't care about protecting the golden spoon like they should. The kingdom became divided and confused. When Yah told them to protect the golden spoon, the people refused. Some people in the kingdom wanted to sell it for chocolates and honey. Others wanted to trade it for more gold and money. The next day, Queen Yah said, if you will not protect the golden spoon, me and my army will. But the people laughed and said, ha ha ha, small girls and some animals cannot fight very well. Later that day, the kingdom was raided. The outsiders broke into the place and invaded. The people were scared and they wished they had prepared a defense. That's until Yah and her army broke through the fence. They charged at the invaders and confused their plan of attack. Yah saved the golden spoon and told them to never come back. The people were happy and told Yah they could finally see the importance of protecting their culture and taking responsibility. Yah went to protect the golden spoon, which shone bright like the sun. She would teach people to preserve their culture and remember the great things they had done. The end. My brother wants to tell a story.
Well, let's have your brother tell a story. Move aside and make way for your brother. That was a great telling. Right, yeah, marvelous. And Ali, I think there's someone waiting to get Hevez, he's a friend of Malak Zuhair, and she's waiting to come in and tell a story. So if you can look at the waiting room and see if anyone's there, Ali. Ali. Okay. Brother, I've forgotten your name.
Hamid.
Yes. Hopefully by the end of Hamid's story, we will have someone else to tell the story about. Hamid, welcome and thanks for stepping up. You're representing the whole male gender here, so there's no responsibility whatsoever. So there you go, Hamid. After you, please tell.
Once upon a time, there was a drought in the forest. The animals were looking for water, but all the streams and rivers were dry. They searched for days and days, and finally they came up to a little stream. They decided to build a well around the spring so they could have water in case of another drought. All the animals set to work except the jackal. He was lazy and didn't like to walk. After they had finished the well, the animals decided that the jackal wouldn't drink any of the water. And they decided to have a guard to guard the water so the jackal won't have a drink. So they chose the rabbit to guard the stream. When all the animals went home, the jackal came up and greeted the rabbit. "Good day, rabbit. How are you doing?" "Oh, I'm fine," replied the rabbit. "Can I have some of your water?" The rabbit said no. So the jackal came up with a plan. He brought out a honeycomb from his bag and had to chew on it. Then he asked the rabbit, "Did you want some?" The rabbit said yes. The jackal said, "Not too fast. Before you can have out of this, you have to tie your hands behind your back and lie down flat." So the rabbit did this, and while he was tied, the jackal went to the stream and drank the water. In the evening, when the animals came, they saw the rabbit tied up and said, "You are just a weak animal. You can't even guard the well." So they decided to appoint someone else to guard the well. This time, they put the hare to guard it. The next day, when all the animals had gone home, the jackal came up to the well and asked the hare, "Can I have some of your water?" The hare said no. Then he played the same trick that he played on the hare, that he played on the rabbit, to the hare, and he drank the water. In the evening, when the animals came to the well, they found the hare tied up and decided to appoint the tortoise as the guardian of the well. The next day, when the jackal came up to the well, he greeted the turtle. The turtle didn't reply. He greeted him again, and there was no reply. Then he ran up to the turtle and kicked him. Then tried to drink the water before the turtle was able to stand up, or before he could finish. The turtle grabbed onto his leg until the animals came in the evening, and the jackal ran off and never came back to the well. Thank you.
Thank you, and please come back on another week so us boys don't feel so alone. There's brilliant. Malak Suhaib, your friend is not in the waiting room, so could you try and get them to attempt to log in again? Ali will look out for them, but he checked in the waiting room and nobody is there. So if you can get hold of your friend, that would be great. That's it's been a wonderful night or day, depending on whereabouts in the world you are. So yeah, so we'll in the usual way get the young people from India are obviously gone, well, apart from Divija, who seems to be an insomniac and never sleep. There's have all gone to bed, but Malak, have you got Malak Abadu?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name?
It's easy. Malak Abu Oda.
Oda. If I break it in two, Abu Oda. Yeah, I slow it down. Abu Oda. Malak, Ava Oda,
Yeah.
what have you got to say to the other people who told the story tonight?
Sir, I didn't get you. You were loud.
Have you anything to say to the other young tellers? What did you think of tonight? How did you like tonight? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it, and I hope I can see you again. I hope to see you again all, and I enjoyed this night. Yeah.
Please come back to us on as many Tuesdays as you can.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Zaina, would you like to say anything to the other young tellers?
I would say for them, continue this is so great, and I hope, like Malak, see you sometimes soon.
Thank you, and please come and visit us as many Tuesdays as you like. We are always here. Who else is there? Malik Zuhair. We've tried to get your friend on, Malik Zuhair, but they're not. She's not in the waiting room. Ali has looked, but there's but Malik Zuhair, what would you like to say to the other tellers? Okay. Well, we'll go to Divija, because Divija's always got something to say. Divija, what would you like to say to the other tellers? Malik Zuhair, to hold on, Divija. Malik Zuhair is with us.
Nice to meet you all, and I like to tell us stories.
Well, and we always like you telling stories.
Thank you.
Thank you. Princess D, what have you got to say?
Yeah, right. Every Tuesday when I attend this World Storytelling Cafe, I learned a lot. Even my teachers or the people who were at my school or at my home, visit them that. But things always I learned everything new from the World Storytelling Cafe. I love to attend this every day, and yeah, so many new stories and so many new people. And like before 2 weeks, 3 weeks, there were only 3, and now more than 6 people are attending the Storytelling Cafe. I'm always excited, and I love to write stories.
Thank you, Princess Divija. Now, we'll go south. Rahana. And we'll just go down the line. We'll start with Rahana. We'll go to your sister, and then we'll go to your brother. So just sort of roll them in front of the camera. You're in charge.
I just want to say I always enjoy it, and it's nice to hear from different people all around the world. It's nice to hear different stories and learn about different new things.
Thank you. Okay, roll the sister, then roll on the brother. Divija's gone sideways. Radia, what have you got to say to everybody?
I love all the stories, especially the Snami's one.
Oh, thank you. And is your brother next to you still, or has he left the room?
He left.
Well, put him on. Tell it. We'd like to hear from what he thinks of this evening. He's gone shy. It's a man thing. Right. Let's go. Does your brother want to say anything? No. He told a story. That's enough. We won't put him on the spot.
John, I want to see something.
Yes.
Thank you for all the tellers and everyone, and for all the participants that share the stories and their stories, their true stories, or something like that. And thank you so much for everyone.
Thank you, Ali, and thank you. Yeah, and I've had an idea while you're all talking, because we're from all over the world, and it would be not the stories, but just if we did a little introduction or even the title to each story in our first languages. So I just think that would just make it would make Tuesday evenings even better. So Ali would probably be the only person who actually understands the thing, but you say it in your first language and then just a two-liner, the title and maybe a couple of things about the story, and then say it in English so ignorant people like me can understand it. But I think that would just, I think it would, we'd all love a flavor of the languages. So I'll go around the adults now. Heather, I'm going to start with you because you're up in the corner of my screen.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank everyone that told today. I'm sorry I was slightly late coming in, but you know, I wasn't sure if I was going to come along today because I haven't been feeling too. Everything seems to be going wrong this last couple of days, and I was feeling quite low. And I'm so glad I came along. You have just given me such joy and cheered me up so much, and it's just I haven't smiled today. So you're making me smile, and it's wonderful. And I just really appreciate your enthusiasm and your energy. And thank you, all of you, so much for your stories.
Thank you. And Davija, is your mother there? Because I would love to hear what she thought of everything. Alicia, are you there?
She's there in the kitchen.
Okay. We'll bring her on later then. But if she appears in the kitchen, just put her on the screen and I'll ask her. Right now, I'm going to Phil.
Well, I'm a bit like Heather. I came in like a drowned rat. I'm absolutely soaking from work today, and I was dripping wet. And I thought, do I go and listen or do I go and put on dry clothes? And I've slowly dried off listening to the stories. It was lovely. I thoroughly enjoy a Tuesday night. I'm sorry I've missed the last couple of weeks. I'm glad it was last week I was on the North Sea going to Shetland and not tonight. Because the weather's miserable in Scotland just now. But you just cheered my day up immensely. Thank you.
Cass. Thank you, Phil. Cass, what have you got to say? Can't.
It's not working.
Okay, Cass, you were muted.
I know.
Oh right, she knows she's muted. She's just so knocked out by your. Alicia, what would you like to say to the other tellers?
Hello, good evening, everybody. How are you all?
We are very good.
How are you doing?
How proud of you are all of your daughter and all the other tellers.
Lido. Hi, Phil. Hi, Kat. Hi, Manuela. Hi, Babasi. Hi, Malak. So many new faces. Wow. Rahala, Malak, Zaina, Mike. Very nice. Good to see you after a long time. Actually, this is peak dinner time in India, so I was busy in just cooking. So, how was the session?
Well, the session was marvelous. Now I know why all the young Indian tellers use that expression, yummy, yummy food. because well, I'm going to fly over there and just eat some of that yummy food.
People just come over. I'll feed you yummy Indian food. So delicious.
Thank you. Manuela, what have you got to say?
Ciao. I'm going to take up your invitation and start. C'era una volta. Once upon a time. Magical words. It's been magical tonight, and it's Teachers' Day in a lot of parts of the world. So thank you. You've made my day with your stories. It was a brilliant round of different stories from different corners of the world. So there you go. C'era una volta. Ciao.
Ciao. It's Teachers' Day in some parts of the world and National Poetry Day in UK. So it's right. Now have Babasi. I'm going to let you speak first. I'm keeping you to last.
Today has been exceptional. The animal stories, the life lessons, and Princess D, I am so honored that you told an Anansi tale. I began my professional career as a storyteller with Anansi tales. So that was an especially yummy, delicious, and educational story. I'm impressed by all the young storytellers, especially with those who keep returning and growing stronger and stronger and stronger, and their stories get deeper and deeper and deeper. You know, there's an expression that says, no matter how old you are, you're never too old to learn. And the young storytellers today, and each session proved that again and again and again. So Asante Sana, thank you very much. And that's it for me for right now. I'm just so jazzed. And after we finish, I have to go get some yummy lunch.
Okay, Michael Faculty down in Reading.
Absolutely. It was another wonderful session. It made up for it made up for walking in dog's muck on my way into the house to watch it.
Too much information.
Absolutely. And I ate my yummy pasta that Matt made with sweet potatoes and tomatoes. And it was a joy for the senses, listening to the stories, watching the tellers, and eating my wonderful food. And John, thank you so much for organising this week after week. David, you're going to have to catch up on the replay because you missed a brilliant night.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it, everybody, because I was driving. I had to be driving in my car, so I had it on audio, and my senses were full of imagined images, and it's such a lovely set of stories. And a story that I'll never forget is the story that Rihanna told about that girl who spilt the water from the goldfish bowl to save the embarrassment of the boy with the wet pants. What a beautiful story. I'm going to be remembering that one for a long time. So thank you so much, all of you.
Yes, but David, yeah, and right. Cass has just put her screen has stopped working and she can't unmute. But that's fine. We know what she's thinking. I'll just so
Hey, John.
Yeah.
If I may just real quick, a couple of people commented that they were having challenges and their spirits were low. And I encourage you, whether you're a young storyteller or a more seasoned storyteller or a Walimu teacher, if your spirits are low, that's especially the right time to tune in to Tuesdays and our other sessions, but especially on Tuesdays. It will lift your spirits. I know it has mine.
Well, it does that. And David, thank you very much for bringing, but because it's a round of applause for David Heathfield, who brought Palestine to us. And there's and all the teachers, your teachers, Malik, your teachers have wussed out and gone early. And you've stayed, but I think next time you speak to your teachers, just tell them that we're all very proud of you, and they should be as well.
Yeah, thanks to the kids in Palestine and to your teachers. Well done, well done. And do, like John said, come back next week, come back the week after. We really love hearing your stories wherever you are in the world.
And apologize, Malak Suha, apologize to your friend for not being. Maybe you can guide us through how to get on, because you know, it wasn't Ali's fault. Something went wrong on the virtual highway. So anyway, thank you very much.
John, I think Abhilasha wants to say something.
Oh, sorry, Abhilasha. What was I ignoring your square?
Yes,
Abhilasha, please say.
I want to share a good news. You know, we met so many people through this World Storytelling Cafe. You know, Jasmine, the young storyteller of this, every Tuesday she used to come. Today she did not come. Actually,
she was here early. She had to go. She's got a sports day at 6 o'clock in the morning Indian time.
Jasnamen Name, the girl from Chandigarh, India. See, her mother called me yesterday, and we had a long talk. And through this cafe, we came to know about people, and we are now collaborating with each other. We are just discussing our teaching methodologies and the way we are teaching stories in the classroom. So now it is a very good experience. We discuss very, very good things. And Manuela is also part of my life. She had made 3 to 4 story videos for my young students. I teach 5 years old kids. And since 16 years, I am in this profession. And thank you so much, Manuela, for narrating so many beautiful stories for my little students. In India, we celebrate Teachers' Day on 5th of September, but across the globe, I think today is World Teachers' Day. So many happy Teachers' Day to all the storytellers. We all are teachers. We all are parents, and we all are teachers. Some or the other way we are teaching. Storytelling is also a teaching style. It's the way to inculcate the moral value in children, good habits in children. Thank you so much to all the teachers. Happy World Teachers' Day.
Happy World Teachers' Day. Whoa, fantastic.
And our young tellers remind us adults of how to act properly with their stories. There are so many good morals coming out from our young, and it reminds us more senior people how we should act in this world. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone because I can't even remember which school, but I know which Zoom I'm on. And because it's a school in India tomorrow, I'm having to be a startlingly exciting performer at 6 o'clock in the morning UK time. David, I know you do this all the time, but
but John, what's next?
Thank you. Friday. I knew I was just burbling away trying to remember what I was supposed to be doing.
I will always have your back.
Okay. So Friday, actually, and Babasi, can I ask you a favor at this moment? On Friday, do you mind doing the Welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe? Because I'm probably in the middle of a meeting on.
Sure, but do me a big favor and send me a.
I will remind you. But Friday then is Gary Cordingley. Gary Cordingley doing stories for children. A great storyteller. Sunday, but young people are allowed to come and tell stories on this, but adults are allowed. It's a worldwide story round. We'd love the adults to come on and practice what they preach. And it's on Sunday, that's 6 o'clock UK time. And next Tuesday, of course, it's the Young International Tellers. So, and the Friday after Friday week is Shelley Verma, who's a wonderful Indian storyteller who lives in Switzerland, or is working currently in Switzerland. So we've got a really great program coming up for the next 2 weeks. So fantastic. Meanwhile, good night and thank you all for coming. And please visit us again. Thank you, Ali, for driving the magic carpet.
Until the next time, to be continued.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Tutu or nana.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Until the next time. And Kath, take care. Thanks again, Ali.